the building, better say her name. Stepping in the light, she ain't playing no games. Heart so real and her soul so pure. If you want the truth, she the one you call for. Peanut walking, whole room get brighter. Energy loud, but her spirit even higher. She don't fake vibes, she don't chase no crowd. Standing 10 toes, she was born to be proud. People try to test her, but she don't fold. Pressure make diamonds, she already gold. She don't need permission just to be herself. She the type to lift you up when you doubt yourself. Ain't no stopping me. Peanut on the rise, truth in her voice and the fire in her eyes. Real from the start, that's the way she grew. If you're looking for a lot, she ain't the one for you. Ain't no stopping me. Watch her break through, standing in her purpose like she always knew. If you're looking for a friend who won't speak the truth, Peanut isn't her, she's built for the proof. She don't run from the truth, she don't duck no smoke. I'm a friend, I'll always tell you the truth. Try to dig up dirt, she already spoke. She the queen of transparency, that's not a cloak. She don't do drama, she don't do pretend. She'll tell you what's real, even if it don't blend. Loyal to the core and her heart don't bend. If she rock what you want, she'll rock to the end. Ain't no stopping me. Peanut on the rise, truth in her voice and the fire in her eyes. Real from the start, that's the way she grew. If you're looking for a lot, she ain't the one for you. Ain't no stopping me. Watch her break through, standing in her purpose like she always knew. If you're looking for a friend who won't speak the truth, Peanut isn't her, she's built for the proof. Stand tall, speak truth, that's the Peanut way. Shining every moment, every night, every day. If you want real love, she gon' pour it in you. But if you want fake, she ain't that woman, never been her. Ain't no stopping me.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope all is well with you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to go back to how I used to do it and not worry about everyone else that may be watching and judging and doing all that other stuff. So I'm going to go back to how I originally came out and did everything. I'm going to speak to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much, Miss Sean B, for joining. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. Miss Gretchen, thank you so much for joining. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. Big Trip in the building. Thank you so much for joining. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. Vanessa, thank you so much for joining. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. So we're going to get a little serious tonight. It's not going to be any drama. It's not going to be any of that. I was actually nervous about this live, so I canceled it. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to discuss it some more. I just didn't want all the events that have occurred this past week. I did not want it to affect this live that I have already been pushing back time after time and time again. So my apologies to you all on that. As a lot of you know, that, and those that are coming in that do not, I can't even speak now, I'm tongue tied, that do not know, I am a 2-time survivor of domestic violence. And with that being said, I do not play when it comes to domestic violence. So a lot of the cases that I cover, most of them are going to be a domestic violence of some sort. So I just need everyone to realize that there are many forms of domestic violence. It does not always have to be physical. It does not always have to be physical at all. And with that being said, a lot of times you'll have certain videos that may be posted. And with those certain videos that may be posted, you're seeing the reaction. Because a lot of abusers will do that. They'll get you to a certain point, and then they'll start posting videos of you because they feel like they have one up on you. That's their way to try to control you and to try to silence you and to try to humiliate you so that way nobody will listen to you. Nobody will hear you. There's literally a case that's going on right now pertaining to that, which is why I followed that case from the beginning. As soon as it hit North Carolina, and then you had certain individuals that was resharing that, I instantly knew at that point that it was dealing with domestic violence. Because when you're a survivor, you start seeing certain things and things start becoming too familiar to you. And it becomes awkwardly familiar to you. And not only does it do that, it also triggers you. So the case that's going on right now with the Ramika Meeks has been a trigger for me. The Ramika case has definitely been a trigger for me as a domestic violence survivor because you see it, you see certain things. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and share my story now. If my mods can post the domestic violence hotline, I would greatly appreciate it. If you do not mind, please post it. If not, I would go over and pull it up real quick. I probably should have had it pulled up before I started this live. But I'm going to go ahead and share my story since it has already been used as a dagger towards me. I'm going to go ahead and share my story, a little bit of it. With me being a two-time domestic violence survivor, how I am now is because of that. It's because of that. I have not always been vocal. I have been known to be a fighter in the midst of being in a domestic violence relationship, but I've never really been that outspoken as I am now. So, how I am now and how I respond to things is due to that. It's definitely due to that. And it has a lot to do with the disrespect. I don't take too kindly to disrespect. So, I'm going to stop you the first or the second time that you do it. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop you the first or the second time that you do it. That's why I give people chances with me. And after so many chances, I'm going to cuss you out and I'm going to stand my ground. So, I have been in two different domestic violence relationships. The first one that I was in was with the father of my oldest two children. And for those that do not know, I am a teen mom. That's not even a hidden thing. I've always made that very clear. I am a teen mom. I had my first one at 15. I had my second one at 18. So with me being a teen mom, a lot of things I experienced as a child that I should not have experienced. I grew up too fast. I grew up extremely too fast. And I was in a domestic violence relationship with the father of my oldest two children. I have been hospitalized by the father of my two children. Me coming back to Harnett County after I left the military and while I was serving in the military was literally a trigger. But I chose where I reside at, right around the corner from where most of that stuff occurred at with my second relationship, just to fight the fear and I'm thinking I can conquer everything. So with the first one, with the father of my first two children, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. It had got so bad to where the detective told me, and I still remember her to this day, and she looks at me and she smiles. And she always tells me she's proud of me. The detective literally said, when is enough going to be enough for you? We get called out here, you go to the hospital, you get abused, your parents come out here because we got to call them, and then you don't show up to court. So eventually, he ended up going to prison. That was not in regards to me. The Joker always went to prison. So I left. I left. I decided to leave. And a lot of people did not think I would stay gone because I would leave and I would go back. I would leave and I would go back. So I left. I built myself up. I got my own apartment and I moved on with my life and I rebuilt while he was in prison. By the time he had came out of prison, I had already joined the military. So I still had to keep this type of bond and this type of relationship in regards to my children. So while he was incarcerated, um, I would call his mother and be like, hey, do you want to see the girls this weekend, whatever the case may be? And then I was scheduling that from basic training whenever we were able to get phone calls. And I would just have my mother take the girls over there. And he got on the phone that one day, and my whole heart dropped. I had to worry about, is he going to go get my kids because he's incarcerated? Like, so many things ran through my mind, and I had to get legal and everything else involved. Thankfully, long story short, nothing happened. I didn't have to worry. He was not coming after the girls. He wasn't doing anything, but he did want to see them. With me being all the way in South Carolina for basic training, I told him I didn't feel comfortable doing that, and we can set it up once I finish AIT. So that was set up. Fast forward, got married. Um, he did not stay involved, by the way. I left that part out. He was not involved at all. Once the relationship ended, he wanted nothing to do with the girls. So I literally raised my children by myself. And I was okay with that. I was okay with that. I mean, because he stayed going back and forth to jail anyway. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I still was going to have to do it. So, fast forward, I'm in the military now. I get with my now ex husband, completely abusive. It was actually worse than the abuse with the father of my oldest two children. Um, a lot of times you guys may have to remind me, or you'll be like, oh, you don't remember what the hell I just told you? I don't. I had a TBI from that relationship. And if you do not know what a TBI is, it's a traumatic brain injury. Um, I've had my face bashed into a toilet repeatedly, and I blacked out. There's been times to where he would abuse me and my face wouldn't be touched, and you wouldn't be able to see it outside of my PT uniform. You wouldn't be able to see anything outside of my military uniform that I wear when I go to work at 9 o'clock. The abuse that I experienced from him, can somebody post trigger warnings in here, please? The abuse I experienced from him had gotten so bad to where the military threatened to kick me out. The military threatened to kick me out for damage to destruction of government property because I wouldn't leave that relationship. And I had to face that detective I spoke about earlier. I had to face that detective again because she was on the scene the day that my face was bashed into the toilet repeatedly. If it wasn't for, if it wasn't for my children, I don't know what would have happened, because my children ran to the next door neighbor and they called for help. That neighbor came forth and with a witness and everything. And that neighbor, because she was so tired of the fighting, got him banned from the apartment complex. And because of her, all the damages that was done to the apartment, I didn't have to pay for. So the detective that I spoke about earlier was the same detective that responded again. And the only thing she could do is look at me and cry. I had not even seen my face at that point. I didn't know what I looked like. I didn't know anything. My first time seeing my face was after the CAT scan done on my head. And my warrant officer at the time just started taking pictures. She just started taking pictures. Hold on one second. She just started taking pictures and we started documenting everything. He ended up being he ended up being discharged from the military. He ended up being discharged from the military. Um, his family blamed me, he blamed me, and he made my life a living hell. He finally left me alone a couple of years ago. Finally. And this happened in 2012. But in the midst of that, North Carolina has a thing to where you're allowed to take out a cross warrant. So, what this evil joker did, in a way to try to get me to drop the charges, he took out a cross warrant on me and said that I assaulted him and he was defending himself. So I had to go down there, and I didn't even know. How I found out was I I had a restraining order that the military gave me and him, but I didn't know that it didn't cover me off post. The restraining order only covered me on post, which is the military installation. I didn't know that it didn't cover me outside of the military installation. So I had to go down to Harnett County courthouse to get a civilian restraining order. So I get the civilian restraining order. I have him served. I have him legally evicted from the house. And then I end up randomly getting a phone call from one of the detectives on the case. And they notify me and they tell me um, he came down and he put a warrant out for your arrest. North Carolina, and this is one thing that I have been working with my local officials as well to change this law. And hopefully I'm able to fix it and correct it. But nobody's really listening. So in North Carolina, you can take out a cross warrant. If you have charges of domestic violence against somebody else, as soon as they get released, you can put charges on them as well. So the detective called me and he said he did it and he did it over the weekend. So he did it Friday. I had got the call and the courthouse was already closed because on Fridays, most days, the courthouse closes at like 3. It's open, but most of the judges leave by 3 p.m. So he informed me that I had a warrant out for my arrest on the cross warrant. Um, and he told me to leave my house. He told me to leave my house and to make sure that I don't go anywhere that he knows addresses to. So I had to be in hideout for the whole weekend because I wouldn't be able to see a judge because the judges aren't there on the weekend. So I would have had a no bond the whole entire weekend. He was very smart the way he did it. So that happens, that occurs. And then he also tells me, just turn yourself in about 7 or 8 o'clock. So that way we can get you through the booking process and we can take you straight to the courthouse and we can get you a bond. There's no way a judge is not going to give you a bond. He said, you was beat so bad, I'm pretty sure your face is still swollen. And it was. My face was still swollen. I still had the black eyes. My nose was fractured. So I still had that. And I'm still dealing with my brain injury. So it was pretty bad. So I turned myself in. I have my warrant officer with me, my master sergeant's wife, my mom. I think that was it. think that's all. I think that's all the people I went there with. And I turned myself in. And I just remember the deputies shaking as they're booking me in. And I remember the look on the judge's face and the bailiff's face as I'm just there shaking and crying. And I get a $0 bond and I'm able to sign myself out. And that was the last time I was done with that motherfucker. I was done. I was done. Um, I lied. No, I wasn't. I did stay a little bit after that because I ended up getting pregnant. I ended up getting pregnant. So I stayed a little bit after that. Um, but he didn't put his hands on me. He didn't put his hands on me again after that. I think he tried, but he didn't. Um, because my master sergeant came back from his deployment and shit got ugly. Shit got ugly. And some more shit happened. And all of his record and everything we've been through had got called out. And he was chaptered out in the military. So, yes, that is my story. I sped through it a little bit. I may go into more detail on another day, but it's too emotional for me right now. I had a whole way that I wanted to present this live, but it's been so much that has been going on this past week that it's a little hard to try to open up. It's a little hard to open up. So when I start seeing certain things as a survivor myself, I can start seeing what things really are. And that's why it bothered me so much when that other individual was putting out the videos and stuff that he was putting out of that young lady. Because you can see that everything was survivor and defense mode. And you took it and twisted it for a payday. You twisted it for a freaking payday. You don't even realize that you hurt more people than the family. You don't realize how badly you triggered other women outside of the family. But you just want to forget about that though, right? You know, my ex-husband tried the same thing with me, sir. He literally would do that. He literally would just keep poking and poking and poking and then get on the phone with somebody and say, see how she doing? And then turn around and beat my ass right after that. Abuse does come in all forms because he did it financially as well because we had a joint bank account. That's another reason why I would never get a joint bank account. I went to go get our daughter some diapers one time and my card said decline because he got mad and took all the money out of the bank and put it in his own separate account that I knew nothing about. Couldn't even get her no diapers. I had to call him and say I'm sorry to buy a pack of freaking damn diapers. Let me pause for a moment. I want to throw a joke in there, but I can't. I can't come up with one right now. I see TMZ has stepped in the chat. Hey TMZ, if you're still here. Let me see. Hey, Special K, thank you so much for joining. Thank you guys for the trigger warning and your prayers. I'm gonna take my time, Sean B. I'm gonna take my time. Yes, if you have to take a break and pause, please do so. It is a lot. It is definitely important to know the signs of all types of domestic violence. It is definitely important because it don't just start off physical. It doesn't just start off physical. It really starts off emotional first. It starts off with them distancing your family from you and your close friends. They got to be right next to you when you're on the phone. That's how it starts a lot of the times. So when people come in and try to judge the family, I have a problem with that because my family did everything they could do. My family done everything they could do. But what more and how much are they going to put their self through something and keep getting themselves locked up and everything else if I'm just going to come back over here and still stay? It's more painful to sit back and watch than it is to pull up and do something crazy and now you locked up too. Or now you in jail yourself on some other different crazy charges. It's so much easier said than done to say what you would do in a situation or what you have done. But understand, I was in these relationships for years, 5 plus. You don't think my family got sick and tired of coming up here doing whatever they was doing just for me to turn around and go back? Sometimes you just gotta sit back as a relative and be like, I'm here when you're ready. But never judge the family on it. Never. Don't do that. Don't do that. And don't ever tell somebody they failed their family because you don't know what all that family did. And you don't know what all they told the family. Because I literally would tell my family, you can't come over here if you're going to mention that. You can't come over here if you're going to bring up that. To where they was refusing to even come to my house because they had things to say. I didn't speak to my family for years because they got sick and tired of me being in these situations. So never judge the family because you don't know how much they know and what they all been through while they were in those situations. Gretchen says, yes, my oldest daughter children, daddy did it to her, and she's now without him. Everybody will tell her, oh God, I didn't miss it. I done got another comment. Oh, Jesus. And it went up too fast. And now she's without him. Everybody will tell her that my family ain't going to do anything for you. Yeah, they'll do that too. They'll do that too. He told her that he was going to burn down my house. I told her to please send him over. I pay for the gas. No, you did not tell me you was going to pay for the gas. I needed that laugh. Thank you so much, Gretchen. I needed that laugh. So it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. It's a lot when it comes to domestic violence. And I think with everything that's going on right now, and the many different sectors or whatever the case may be, you still have people that are dealing with real life stuff and that has been through real life things. And with that being said, I had shade thrown towards me in terms of, oh, she's still on her healing journey. That has nothing to do with it. And I knew by sharing my story, it would be used as a dagger for somebody else. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Even with exchanging our minor child, I would go it was set up to where it was at the local sheriff's department. That was part of my agreement. You can never come to my home. We'll exchange at the sheriff's department. Even then, I went and I had my little friend on my hip because we in an open carry state. You ain't gonna never get a chance to do nothing to me ever again. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to say. While we were separated, the military has this thing to where during separation, um, while you're married, you have BAH, which is basic housing allowance. Um, and since he was chaptered out, if you separate, your spouse is entitled to a portion of that basic housing allowance, or basic allowance for housing, because it's called BAH. So, yeah. So, this joker went to the inspector general's office on Fort Bragg right after the restraining order expired because I wasn't paying attention. I forgot to renew it. He went to the inspector general's office at Fort Bragg the next day and said, "My wife is not taking care of me. She's not making sure I have housing, food, or anything else." That joker called my commander. I got called in the house. I got called into the office. She said, "I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you this. Um, but you're gonna have to pay him some money." I said, "I wish I motherfucking would. That joke ain't even paying his child support. And you telling me I gotta give him some money? Well, by military law, just pay him this 1 month, and I'm gonna get you released from paying him further." I had to pay that joke almost $300. You just beat the fuck out of me. Ain't paying your child support, ain't doing nothing. And you done went to the army and said I ain't giving you no money. You ain't even asked for your military ID card to make sure you can go to the doctor. You just wanted your money. I think I still got that screenshot because I was real petty. I put for spousal support in the memo line of the money order. And then I posted it on Facebook. And then next thing you know it, he on a cheap $20 grill. That's when the grills was $20 from Family Dollar back in the day. He went and got a $20 grill and a pack of chicken, and he was grilling. I took a picture of that and I sent it to his other baby mama. I said, "He ain't paying you. You go ahead and tell them folks up there in Maryland that he got a source of income coming in, which is me." Sure did. Yeah. So when I tell you I've been there and my tolerance of people and disrespect is a short fuse, it really is now. It really is. So yeah, that's about it. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my family and my inner circle. Thank you for everybody that tuned in and thought they was about to hear some mess and now they're gone. Let me see what everybody else is talking about. And then I'm gonna drop the link to see if anybody wants to join. Manipulation, definitely. I definitely did make excuses for the bruises. For the bruises, I definitely did make excuses for them. I think one time I said I ran into a cabinet, and everybody looked at me like, "You so stupid. We know what the hell happened." So yeah, I have done that. I definitely have done that. So let me drop the link to see if anyone wants to join. Because I was nervous about this, guys. I literally said, I don't know if it's the right time to do it with everything that's going on in these YouTube streets. I might just wait until later on this week. And then I got with my girls on the phone. They said, nah, go ahead and do it. Get it out. Go. Hey, Meek. Hey, Mickey Boo. I'm just now seeing you. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. I can't say what I want to say because they're going to clown me if I say what I want to say. But I said I won't go say it no more. Thank you so much, Miss Vanessa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if anyone wants to come up, the link is there. I do like to end my lives like this that's uncomfortable on a positive note, but I don't have any jokes right now. I don't have any jokes. Because I think I went a little deeper than I did with the introduction of Peanut. When I changed my page from being a roast and a gag page to covering court cases. Uh, mm, yeah, I don't know what that's about, but no. And yeah, I'm not talking about them jokers. It's dead weight to me. I don't have anything to say to them. That's it. That's all. And that's I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not handing out any apologies either. So we're not even gonna make that about any of that because moving forward, I'm moving forward. Yeah, and that's it. That's all. I wish them well, and that's all I got. So you can scream my name all you want, and I'm okay with that. Because trust me, I've been through worse. So what you doing to me, or you call yourself doing to me, ain't shit. So that's it. If nobody's going to come up, I thank everyone so much for joining. Peace, love, and joy to you and yours. And we about to be out. And then I will see you guys. Well, there's one court case I can't talk about. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna talk about next. Because what I wanted to click my button about, I can't talk about that case no more. So give me some time to figure out who I'm gonna discuss next, and we'll go from there. And peace, love, and joy to you and yours. And to all, a good day. Love you guys.
Peanut in the building, better say her name. Stepping in the light, she ain't playing no games. Heart so real and her soul so pure. If you want the truth, she the one you call for. Peanut walking, whole room get brighter. Energy loud, but her spirit even higher. She don't fake vibes, she don't chase no crowd. Standing 10 toes, she was born to be proud. People try to test her, but she don't fold. Pressure make diamonds, she already gold. She don't need permission just to be herself. She the type to lift you up when you doubt yourself. Ain't no stopping me. Peanut on the rise, truth in her voice and the fire in her eyes. Real from the start, that's the way she grew. If you're looking for a lot, she ain't the one for you. Ain't no stopping me. Watch her break through, standing in her purpose like she always knew. If you're looking for a friend who won't speak the truth, Peanut isn't her, she's built for the truth. She don't run from the truth, she don't duck no smoke. I'm a friend, I'll always tell you the truth. Try to dig up dirt, she already spoke. She the queen of transparency, that's not a cloak. She don't do drama, she don't do pretend. She'll tell you what's real, even if it don't blend. Loyal to the core and her heart don't bend. If she rock what you want, she'll rock to the end. Ain't no stopping me. Peanut on the rise, truth in her voice and the fire in her eyes. Real from the start, that's the way she grew. If you're looking for a lot, she ain't the one for you. Ain't no stopping me. Watch her break through, standing in her purpose like she always knew. If you're looking for a friend who won't speak the truth, Peanut isn't her, she's built for the truth. Stand tall, speak truth, that's the Peanut way. Shining every moment, every night, every But if you want fake, she ain't that woman, never been her.